Traders, today I had a red day. I made two trades, one on AMD and one on GT. So my AMD trade, let's look at this. So I hesitated, so I wanted to enter right here. And then I was thinking about doing it, and then it just took off without me. And I felt like I would be chasing it. You can see here why I hesitated because of this long wick right here. But yeah, this took off, and I just felt like it was too late to get into the trade, so I didn't take it. I wish I would have entered in when I was thinking about it, but I just didn't do it. And then this purple line up here, this was actually would have been my target right here, and you can see on the daily that this is the all-time high right here. So that's a perfect target. And so so they pulled back, and the reason I got back into it is because it didn't hit this target, and I was thinking maybe it would get one more push up to this target right here. And I think so. We had the wick right here pushing off the 9, and that gave me confidence in this trade. And then what else? Yeah, and then because of this target, I still had confidence. And then yeah, and then this some buying went on right here, so I jumped in. Um, let's say 6.2. So I jumped in about right here. I think that was a pretty good entry. And then then it kind of went up. I maybe like had a little bit of profit, but it wasn't enough for me to partial out yet. Like I would have partialed maybe about here, but then it took off. It dropped, and I had a stop loss about right here at VWAP, and so it stopped me out. And good thing it stopped me out because this thing just kept falling, and that's why it's so important to manage your risk because of this. So I'm very good at keeping my money and protecting that capital. I'm still working on trying to get those like really big gains, like a 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. But I've done a very good job of just managing my risk, which is a very important skill. So when I do start winning, I could keep those losses will stay low as well. Um, yeah. Honestly, I wish I would have took this trade because I kind of hesitated and then it took off, right? And then it kind of frustrated me, and I was like, because I knew that was a good trade, and so it kind of messed up my psychology because this kind of gave me the fear of missing out because I was like, oh, I knew I could have made some money right there. And so I think that just like that kind of messed up with my psychology a little bit. That it kind of made me more desperate to make money because I knew I could have been in a profitable trade. So when I'm making these decisions later on, I feel like it kind of affects those decisions because of that. And actually, this is the wrong 5 minute chart over here. And actually, this is one thing that could have kept me out of this trade on AMD. And this is this huge wick on the 5 minute chart right here. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but that is a big sign that this possibly could sell off. But it was still above VWAP. It was supporting here, so I took it, and it just didn't happen to work out for me. But I feel like it was a good trade and a good setup. I mean, let me know what you think if you thought that was good. Um, and another thing, look how amazing this daily chart is. I mean, it just hits these levels. It's like magic, just like Andrew says. It didn't quite hit it, but it came really close. It came close enough. And so my trade on GT. Okay, here's another one. I kind of disappointed that I took this trade because I don't feel like it was the best setup. So we had this drop, then come back up, and it consolidated here for a while. And I felt like it was just consolidating, kind of like building up that spring and just ready to pop. And then I kind of missed. I should have gotten a little sooner, but I guess you don't want to get in too soon because you don't want to get in stuck in this flat stuff. So it kind of took off, and I was like, I had some confidence that it was going to break this high over here, and it kind of went up. I entered as soon as it broke that price, and it just came right back down. And my stop was actually right below this red candle, so I didn't get stopped out right here. And that could have been a signal to get out, but I was like, it didn't hit my stop. I'm just gonna hold this. It still looks strong, and it kept consolidating, fell down again, and then right here you could see it fell and tapped my stop loss right there. And then, I mean, I wish I could have got a win on this, but I would have been holding this. If it didn't hit this, it actually might have held my stop all the way down here to become a winner. So you could see if I just, I mean, I usually would not hold the trade this long, but if I did hold it right under this red support level, I mean, you see it eventually took off. So I mean, if I sat here for like maybe another hour, I guess that could have became a winner. I mean, you look at this thing; it just kept going up, It's just at the time it just really it wasn't going anywhere. So I guess it just wasn't ready, and unfortunately that was a loss. Which here, let's look back at this. Which gave me the thought maybe I should focus on the stocks that are really. I mean, this was one that everybody was watching, Goodyear, but it really the action was kind of not really there at the time, and I was thinking at the same time I was thinking about taking a trade on Twitter about let's see, it was hitting this price, it was holding this price right here. I believe that was that it. What was oh it was right here. Was it this one or this one? It was one of these. It was holding this level, and I think it was this one. It was holding this price level, and I thought this was way too extended, so I didn't want to take a trade on it. But the fact is that this stock was really strong on the day, and I probably would have had a better chance of getting a winner on this than on GT, just because GT was kind of flat, and this is flat here, but then there's a lot of action going on too. So I'm thinking maybe my probability of winning on this would have been higher just because of that fact. And I would be trading in the direction of the daily trend as well. As with GT, I was actually trading against the trend. Yeah, it was gapping down, and so I was kind of trading against it, even though it did eventually come back up. So yeah, so that's about it. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully I could do better in the future. My risk is only $50 right now, so it's going to keep me in the game. I'm kind of in survival mode right now. Have not really been thriving that much. I've had some winners here and there, and when I get into the right spot, I do a good job of holding it. I just need to do a better job of getting into those good trades. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.